guys, let's get into it. If you don't know, my name is Carrie, Miss Carrie baby, and I'm back with another video. Alrighty, so today I'm going to be giving you a detailed overview of how I made Polaroid dress. Yes, I did it, boo. Yes, I did it. So my inspiration came from Saweetie. So I already made a quick tutorial on TikTok, and I also did a reel on Instagram of how I made the dress. It definitely was a quick tutorial of how I actually made the particular Polaroid dress. See anything creative, I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I can do it. So you can do it too. Detailed overview of how I particularly made the Polaroid dress, how I put the links together, all of that good stuff. Because in my video, it just kind of tells you how I put it together, but I'll be giving you a detailed overview of how I actually did the dress. So let's go ahead and get straight into the video. I hope you guys enjoy. If you like what you see here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so let's get into the items that you'll need. So first item that you will need on the list is a Polaroid camera. I'll pop a picture here up in the screen. But that is of course the first item that you will need. Luckily for me, my best friend already had a Polaroid camera, so I didn't have to go out and buy one. But this particular camera retails for about 90 bucks I'm seeing right now online. So we use the Polaroid original 1-step-2 instant film camera. Like I said, luckily for me, I didn't have to go out and buy one, which saved me a lot of money. Item number 2, what you'll need is these Polaroid films. So these are the particular Polaroid films that we used. If you can see it on the camera, these are the particular Polaroid films that we use. Now these films can get very expensive. I think the most expensive part of making the dress, of course, is the Polaroid films. So this particular one is the color I-type film. This is a 16 pack, so it basically comes 8 and 8. I think a 8 pack by itself, if I'm not mistaken, is like $30. If I'm not mistaken, either the 16 pack was 30 and maybe the 8 pack was like 15, or it's $30. If I'm not mistaken, it's definitely $30. Just for the 8 pack itself. These are really expensive. I think maybe I spent almost $100 in Polaroids. They're very expensive because, you know, for me, I had to get more Polaroids because I am a curvy-licious girl. You know, I got hips, I got butt, I got all of that good stuff. So I had to use a lot more film than maybe your regular average size girl. I was watching other people make the Polaroid dress and they saying that they were using about 25 photos, and I'm like, that ain't gonna work for me. I gotta cover this donk. So these are the particular films that I used, and like I said, I used about 40 Polaroids to make my dress. So that's item number 2 that you'll need. Alrighty, item number 3 will be this bad boy right here. So this is a eyelid. It's like a handheld hole punch. Okay, so with this particular one, I think this is a 1/4 inch. I ordered this particular one from Amazon. It'll also come with the grommets. So these are the grommets that it came with, and as you can see, these grommets are pretty big. I didn't want to use these because they were really big. So what I did was ordered a separate pack, and these are the separate packs here. As you can see, they're very smaller than the other packs. So I use these are 1/4 inch grommets. I'll put a link in the description below of these particular grommets, but these are the ones that I used instead of the ones that it came with because they were really big. So this is item number 3 that you'll need to hole punch each Polaroid. Alright, so item number 4 that you'll need is the key rings. So I ordered 1-inch key rings. Now these key rings I only use at the top of the dress because I have, you know, I didn't want my boobs to be showing through the dress. I want it to be very tight knit, especially in the boob area, so I won't have like a nip slip. So I use these only at the top so they can stay closed together. So these are the 1-inch key rings. You will need these as well. And then also I ordered the split rings. So these are the split ring. It says chandelier pins or chandelier clips, but in the description I'll put it but in the description on Amazon it says they're split rings. I think these are 1/2 inch split rings. So 1-inch key rings, and then 1/2 inch split rings is what you'll need. So those are pretty much all the items that I use to make the Polaroid dress. Those are all the items that you'll particularly need to make the dress. Like I said, I'll put everything in the description below if you want to go and order these items. So I'll give you a close up on the dress and how I made it. So as you can see, this here, it's kind of funky now because I have done my photo shoot. My photo shoot is done. My pictures are out. I'll insert it in the end of this video so I can show you how the pictures actually came out. They came out fantastic. At first I was a little bit nervous about it, and I'm like, oh my God, everything got to be nipped and tucked, and, you know, make sure no boobs or no, you know, down that area is popping out or, you know, exposing, you know, the goodies. So I was a little bit nervous at making it, but it turned out really, really well. My pictures turned out bomb. My photographer did a really, really, really good job. But let's take a close up on the actual Polaroid dress. So if it looks a little flimsy, it's because I've already worn it. I've already taken pictures in it. And then immediately after I finished taking pictures in it, I just kind of neglected it and threw it to the side. So now I have to figure out what I want to do with all of these Polaroid pictures that I've taken of myself, because I don't want to just throw them away or neglect them. But let's take a close look at it. Alrighty, so as just stated, this is the top of the dress. As I stated before, I only used the 1 inch key rings at the top. I made sure that they were really, really close together, because this is my boob area and I didn't want my boob area to be shown that much. So you see how close they are at the top. Yeah, that's me, baby. Me all the way. But that's how I did it for the top. Now, throughout the dress, as I stated, I used the 1/2 inch split rings. So let's find one that's connected, because some of these have popped loose due to me neglecting it after I took the pictures. So here's one here. And here's a close-up of how I did the here's a close-up of how I put the dress together throughout the dress. I'll insert a video of me actually doing everything, but I just put one here. I put some down here at the bottom. I insert a video on how I did it throughout the particular dress, but like I said, everything turned out really well. I'll go ahead and start playing the videos of me actually making the dress so I can give you a step-by-step tutorial. And like I said, if you like what you see here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So I'll go ahead and start inserting the clips of how I made the dress. So like I said, stay tuned for more content. Alrighty guys, let's get into it. So this will be the first step of the process, is taking your Polaroid pictures. Put your face on, girl. Alrighty, step 2 is organizing your pictures. Now this is going to be an important part. You got to make sure you want to put the pictures you like the most in the front, and the ones you don't like, put it to the back, because baby, you want to look good in your pictures. Alrighty, next step, you'll need all the items that I explained in the beginning of this video. So get ready. Alrighty, step 4, you'll start hole punching the corners of each Polaroid. So you'll make sure you put the flat part of the grommets at the bottom of the eyelet and the protruding part at the top. This process was pretty easy. I didn't have any trouble with hole punching the Polaroids. All I did was hole punch all 40 of the Polaroids. So the eyelet is magnet, so once you put the grommets on the eyelet, it will stay in place. But this was a pretty easy task. step 5. Step 5, you'll start putting the split rings onto the Polaroid. So for me, I just started putting all the split rings at the corner of each Polaroid so I can prepare to link everything together. So this will be the first step of linking. Once I got all of the split rings at the corner of each Polaroid, it made it easier for me to start linking everything together. So as I stated, you'll start putting the 1-inch key rings at the top of the Polaroid only, especially if you want it to be closer together to cover up your boob area. And then throughout the dress, I just used the split ring. Now, like I said, this will be up to your discretion of how you wanted it to be spaced out. I'll show you in detail how I did the split rings throughout the dress, but this is just a video of me linking everything together. Like I said, as I went through, I figured that it was easier for me to just do the 1-inch key rings at the top, and throughout the dress, it was easier just to use the small 1/2-inch split rings. Alrighty guys, as you can see, this is the finished product. As I stated, I used the 1-inch key rings at the top and then the 1/2-inch split rings throughout the dress. So here's a close-up on how I did everything. Of course, I placed the split rings at the bottom and top of the Polaroid. I then connected those two, and then I connected one in the middle to hold it together. So you'll connect this one here to your bottom right Polaroid and to your top left Polaroid and connect them all. So these I used 5 split rings throughout each corner of the Polaroids, and this is how you connect everything together. Now once you get to the top, you will want to add a 1-inch key ring on the end. This is what you'll use to tie your ribbon around the back to wrap the dress around your body. That is what you'll use, and then that's really it, and then you're set to go. Alright, let's get into it. So like I said, if you like what you see here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.